What is up? You're watching a hard carry, an endgame player in OSRS with a daily show on YouTube and a weekday stream on weekday streams on Twitch. If you're interested in getting better at old school, I invite you to subscribe to the channels. Come along for the ride with me. We're doing a hard mode top learner raid. I always take the lowest KC first for whoever shows up on stream, as long as they meet our minimum requirements. Those are outlined in our Discord, linked in the description below. I am on the South Freeze roll here, joined by FamJam on North Freeze, Bernie on the range. We're going first hard mode top, KC, root him on, and one Sun and X1X2 on the melee roll. For Maiden, if you are at Maiden here and you've been attacked twice in a row, make sure you step away to give aggro to someone else. In hard mode top, if you get it 3 times or more, you're going to take some big damage. If you're freeze, you're going to freeze tomatoes so long as it does not make you late for the crabs. We're all going to be, unlike normal top, we're going to be killing the crabs all the way dead because if they reach her, she attacks faster. It makes the room really hard. We're going to be staying on boss for 30s, aka skipping 30s. Freezers will freeze their crabs, then get on boss. We'll use damage specs to close out the fight before the crabs reach her. That's an early claw spec if you got claws from getting the defense done, and then a last ditch Chally spec right before the crabs leak. For our north freeze, that's FamJam this raid. You're going to be freezing north 1, then north 2, then south 3 to catch everything in the clump, and then all the 4s. Once you've frozen everything, you will scythe. You'll freeze any tomatoes that are rolling around, then you'll scythe north 1 and north 2 until they're all the way dead. Then you'll help freeze the clump if the clump's still alive. Then you can finally get back on boss. Be ready to freeze again. North freeze won't have a lot of time between procs. For the ranged DPS, you'll kill south. That's Bernie this raid. You'll kill south 1 all the way dead. Throw chins the clump from 5 tiles away until the clump is dead with medium fuse. Make sure your chins are on medium fuse, and then you'll get back on boss. For the meleeers, it's 1 Sun and X1, X2. You'll scythe north 1 till it's dead, scythe north 2 till it's dead, then back on boss. Any questions about what you're doing, ask away. Otherwise, you can type R in game. You had a couple people redeeming R's. Hardcore R from Reinvestor46, rooting a friend on. Go Bernie. Brand NK. That's my buddy Bernie going for his first KC. You got some friends rooting for you here. Go ahead and pot. That's everyone saying R. No pressure, by the way, Bernie. You got this, man. We believe in you. Are you going in?
Or three?
Coming in?
2 anglers or 3?
2 anglers. 1 for bloat, 1 for Nilo. 1 Sun, you might need to make sure you heal the fool, then angler. You're 111, I think.
Oh my goodness.
My speech didn't take that long, did it? It's hold up. Man pre-pod, he's like, this guy keeps yapping. Anyway, drop your salve and nothing else. If you drop anything that isn't a salve, I will yoink it on my way out. Rangers with me, everyone else on the north.
That last raid.
Rangers with me, everyone else on the north. X1X2, you're on the north. Awesome. In we go. Make sure you maul on the very first tick. If you're using a BGS, you could use Scythe and BGS if you want. Avoid the blood. After blood throat, she will first blood throat, she will always spawn a tomato. So you see me on my mage gear ready to freeze it on the very first tick. You ready to freeze your assigned crabs? Mage gear on, augury on. North freeze is on time. I'll freeze the 3, and then I'll be on tomato duty again. I'll be thawing around then. Move from the blood.
No.
Got it.
Misclick, I was late.
5 tiles away, Bernie. Throw the chins. Good damage from the freezes there. Looks like 4's leaked actually. Wait a minute. Hold up. Make sure, DPSers, make sure you're swapping tank between every couple autos here. It's gonna hurt. Looks like we got hit by some blood there. Remember, she attacks faster when crabs leak. I'm gonna try to take some pressure off the team. So South Freeze here by stepping in. Got tomatoes rolling around. That's a really unfortunate tomato pathing. Actually scammed us. When this happens, could the loose crab, Bernie?
Yo, this he's chasing me. There we go.
Wait, did that tomato just do that? Stay on boss for 30. Stay on boss for 30s. Claw spec if you got it.
I'm late.
I'll catch 3s.
What the fuck? Did she reduce me? I don't have a heart, so yeah.
Claw specs you got him. Claw specs Bernie. Claw specs Bernie. Chally spec. Oh no, we're gonna be a little short. That's brutal. Say hello to Machine Gun Maiden. Here she comes, guys. Watch out, it's gonna hurt.
Ran out of room. Sorry, I shit the bed there, freezing.
It's alright, don't sweat it.
It's all good.
Gonna flinch away here. Should be alright. Alright. Uber McNasty, thanks for the follow. Let's go ahead and reset, guys.
Oh,
Let's give ourselves another chance at Maiden. You wanna grab
Yeah,
yourself,
my
you
bad.
can. I won't stop you. One more try. Go ahead and reapply.
My bad on that, boys.
No, don't sweat it. It happens all the time. Like, it's not nothing to feel guilty of or ashamed of. Respect for picking the role that has a lot of responsibility made. There's other mistakes that are happening as well in other roles that aren't as obvious. Big example of that is getting caught by blood. I saw a lot of DPSers not pre-moving. If you burn a tick in hard mode top to avoid getting blooded on 70s and just like or on 50s, like between 70s, if crabs leak, that kind of thing is actually a responsible play. Because if more tomatoes end up spawning, you'll end up with like no space to stand, and it's a really, really claustrophobic, you know? Like how do you say, like no like a very tight space you have to work with at that point. Um, and when four crabs leak on 70, it's a very difficult room to complete. So like Maiden's attacking faster. If you're used to like regular top flinching your T-bow on, for instance, or flinching your chins or whatever you use, um, that cycle may not be well adhered to in hard mode if crabs end up leaking because she attacks faster. So yeah, thanks for the follow as well, you legend. Let's go and give it another try. I got X1, X2 here and Bernie. We'll go through Bernie on the range roll, X1, X2 and once I believe you're on melee roll, Fam John freeze. Go and say R in game once you're ready to give it another shot. Fam John said R. Once an R. Bernie, let's pot. One more try here. How are you doing, Uber McNasty? See you dropping in, saying hey. How did your I think it was you who I rated last night, right? You were doing the group Ironman progression series. You get to catch me in kind of more of my element. You can see the group Ironman on the top right there. He's just blowing glass while we do the hard mode learners. Drop yourself, nothing else. Everyone on the north except the ranger. Ranger's with me. My guy drinks really slow. I got that pre-pot assembled. What is it? The chugging barrel, whatever you call it. Ooh.
Bougie pot.
After the first bloodthirst, she always wants a tomato. That's how I knew. Major, make sure you're not scything right before procs. You'll be late. I'll be freezing threes for you. You freeze fours. Avoid the bloodthirst. Always be pre-moving for blood. Split clump, bit awkward.
Did I freeze late there?
You froze
That
early
might
for the fours. So you may wait one more tick.
Oh.
Ooh, almost didn't catch that. Mage gear on. Augury on. We're ready to freeze.
On time this time.
On time. Love to see it. Oh, you lost a tick on threes, unfortunately. Nothing
Oh,
I couldn't back it up
no,
there. It is tick perfect between freezes. So if anything
okay,
does
so
scare
it's
you, so to
instantly click
speak,
threes,
between
instantly click fours.
oh no. I'm gonna stand in melee range and try to soak a little bit of pressure off my team. Mage, you're on for the major. Make sure you're bowing here, by the way, on the mage roll. If you don't have a bow, it's okay to just burn the tick. Stay on boss, stay on boss, stay on boss. Use your claw specs, Bernie. If you don't have claws, make sure you're using a spec on entrance. On boss. Should be fine. Chally here. Your entrance for Maiden, you'll either do a Maul or do Scythe BGS. Either way is fine. Make sure you do some kind of spec on entrance to help with lowering its defense. And if you have claws, you'll want to use claws after 30. So if you don't have claws, that's fine. I don't require claws as the setup. In this setup, you want to use Chally at the very last hit. For bloat, he turns more often in hard mode. I think it was calling for you to claw. You don't actually have claws. Be quick between rooms, guys. We are measured on total time if we want to get kits. If you want to learn how to set up the plugins for this kind of thing, !plugins. It's a well-written plugin guide by Help Me RNG. Missed everything you said. Oh no, not the internet dying. Yeah, you got the group Iron Man on the top right there. Watch out, don't overextend. Down. Yeah, I'm blowing some glass. I'm closing
No
out on
way.
93 crafting here. Just want to make those tortures. This side of boat's closer to rounding a corner. Last hit, don't flinch, do not tank. Watch your feet, watch your feet, watch your feet. Get out, make sure you tick eat while you're running away, Bernie. Good tick eat. Oh, I think you might have tick hit with your angler. Oh no. Back, 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 back. Oh, the crab rave is coming. He could turn again. He turned. He just turned. Let's be on the south side of bloat. Don't force the 2 down. If you have a buff, watch your feet, not your XP drops, watch your feet. We'll stay, I'm staying. I think we can kill here. See you later, bloat. Let's go ahead and keep going to Nihilo. It was a little 2 down. 85 sight swing. Okay. Let's go ahead and at the chest here. Melee on the down. Drop your salve. Grab a shark. Next room. That was a fat sight swing. Holy. Man, just like, my character just like woke up and wanted it. Anyway, I'll take all the pre-fires from Mage roll, Famgen. You'll be maging as well. Anything that made it into the room is yours. If there's nothing to hit that's made inside the room, help out another roll. Just one way a weapon and just start filling some stuff. Oh my god, someone else started the room. Bernie, you're ranging the entire time. Once you have the left side of the room, X1X2 you have the right side of the room. And when the demis fall down, we'll scythe and then chally them for the first 2. The last one we will not. So make sure my make sure you're potted as well. Everyone should be super combated. Melee gear on, scythe and chally. Everyone should be 118 stats. If you don't have divines, make sure you're using preserve. Help out with range on the inside, North Freeze. Help out with range on the inside. '18 is important. Pre-fire west. Always hit it on range roll. So then aggro ends up under the boss, and it kills the team. So we'll inevitably chally it. I guarantee it. Melee gear on, scythe and chally. Oh, he's dead.
Wonderful.
Fantastic. Awesome. Look at pillar health while we make our decisions here. Don't go to the high HP pillars, go to the low HP pillars. Zoom out, look at low HP pillars. Bottom left pillar is like almost dead actually. Holy shit. We're gonna let that one fall actually. Brew up, 85 HP or more. Once on brew up, combo E if you have it. That's gonna hurt. Combo it if you have it. 95 HP or more. We're about to get a lot of damage here. Pillars are falling. Make sure you're always hitting. Be using your Venge while you're attacking. Another pillar's going down. Keep your health high. High health. High health.
Fuck.
Stay out of the mosh pit in the middle. Stay out of the mosh pit in the middle. Keep your health high.
That was a spamming brew.
It'll be a rough one. Someone dropped their angler. Should never drop an angler here. There's no reason to drop it. Let's go ahead. Awesome. So for Nilo Bus, I'm gonna have you sent here actually, and I will just do all the movement for it. We'll give you a chill Nilo boss experience. It'll be just like regular top for you. Yep, just post up right here. If you have Potcher, you could Potcher a range pot, but I think you're on Ancients. One tile off, one tile here. Ham jump, yep. Because it's duo, for it, we do it slightly differently. Make sure we're potted for Nilo boss. If you have BGS, go ahead and drop a BGS. If not, no worries. Predict range whenever you can. Otherwise, predict melee. I did try to save that pillar brand. It was not able to be saved. I should be pre-switch my range gear there. Range gear. Whoa. Should be good enough. Ah, too close.
Sorry. Uh-oh.
Okay. One more hit maybe.
I'm out of prayer. Got smited.
One prayer point. I saved my dose of sanity. Don't be afraid to use your supplies if you're in that situation. Don't try to greet it. So I was prepared to one tick flick it. It was it is not a good situation to be in. We're gonna try to complete the raid. We probably won't make time. Nalabus is quite slow, but we'll give it a solid shout. Be quick between. Remember, be quick between rooms. This part of so it's mostly the same. I'll be 1-2. Phantom should be 1-3. Bernie should be 2-3. One Sun should be filling, and X1 X2 should be backup. Still 130 defense, so we'll need to fill from one Sun or X1. Awesome. So watching your orb splitting off your teammates from a distance. Myself and Bernie should have the hammer on. Bottom of orb on the inside will be either X1, X2, or 1 sun if it's you. It's X1, X2. Whoever's on the outside,
Yep.
wait on the third row, and you'll follow the last dot through the maze. There'll be lots of dots running through the maze. Be patient. Outside person can go now. Good job connecting to the next part of the maze, 1 sun. Make a sandwich of the balls. If you have a ball on you, you're on the edge. You're not in the middle. Bernie's left, 1 sun right. Everyone else sandwiched. Beautiful. We made a sandwich in a video game. I should call it like a can line or something. Like, it's probably something funny there. Oh well. If we get any more sets of soap balls, we'll be ticketing them. Bottom of board on the inside looks like it's X1, X2 here. You'll wait on the third row. Whoever's on the outside, make sure you wait on that third row until it's no longer red. We got 50 spec. Be Fam Jim and Bernie. You'll be doing a hammer spec off the rim. Outside person can follow now. Do your part of the maze quickly. It's a straight line. Just run it. Don't want the tornado catching us. I had to dip into my divine at Nilo boss. Kind of hesitant to use a dose of divine right now, because then it might not last through Urzik. I'm gonna set the reg. Step away to Tiki. Make sure you pray against any orbs coming at you. Regen spec, you could claw spec. Out we go. I'm gonna end up divining its purpose. For this chest, make sure you equip any offhands that you have. So like Sang and Shield, Sang and Book of the Dead, or Buckler with staff. Grab a stamp first. If you have like Guthix Rest, you can if you Guthix Rest, you can sip and drop that. If you see the ability to combine things off the ground, you can combine things off the ground as well.
Hey,
Shop
voice in your
quickly,
head
then get into the
here.
next room. If you have
They should
extra
allow
points, you'll buy and
Tob to
drop
have
brews,
more
buy and
than
drop
5
shards.
players, like Cox. Think of how fun the So Tits Egg Maze will be. One misstep and 20 players lose
my
20
God.
horsepower. Also, Nilo Room would just be a bloodbath. And
Good
then
goodness.
there's P1 of Verzik, where the staff is a
Enter
free-for-all.
the center 1 sun, or this will happen to
Jagex,
you.
please make it happen.
Yeah,
By
you're right.
Canadian 1.
I got you. If the second one spawns your quadrant, I will hold it until you can take over. Take over when you can. Beautiful. Make sure you re-centralize in your quadrant so you're able to quickly reach any of the nearby exhumes. I don't have an exhume command. Just shift right click them and mark them individually. That's what I did.
3 single tile in a room.
It just takes a while. Whoever got there first.
Good.
We're zooming around. Left click, right click. If you got a BGS, scythe BGS. Delay the BGS slightly. Three defense. You can use claw specs now. If you know how to tick fix coming out of the screech, you're able to do that here. Just remember, you don't want to save them for post screech because it can get you killed. So if that sounds complicated, you don't know what I'm talking about, just use the claw spec. If you do know what I'm talking about, I'm referring to the tick fix when you do 3 ticks after screech above his head. I'm doing a claw spec there. That's exactly what I'm referring to. And sometimes save ticks that way. If If you're learning your Zarpus, listen for that spit noise. Click the outside ring. Right when you hear the spit noise, you're gonna click to attack. Spit, attack. Watch the clicks. Spit, attack. Spit, attack. And after 3 swings, you'll stop attacking. When he looks away, you will swing. And do not move. 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Since we have people on multiple different ticks, Bernie, if you had claws, you could claw spec. Do not chally spec though.
Okay.
It would technically be safe for the chally, it's just not good DPS. So awesome. Grab yourself off the ground. You know, in theory, we could still make time actually. Grab the staff if you got room. Drop your supplies in your quadrant, ideally not in one pile. Make them all spread out. Half brews, half restores on the ground. Make your way up to Verza quickly. Drop the Dom Ringer. Bite is starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Bam Jam's picking up your Bernie. You'll pick it up at the west pillar. Speckle heading east. One Sun, pick up the east pillar. Speckle heading west. X1, X2, pick up the west pillar. Speckle heading east. I will pick up the east pillar. And I'll Speckle heading west. Bam Jam, it's all yours. Bernie, it's yours. Don't spec with it though. Just pull up, hit with it. Because it's 3%. Odds are it will die here. Don't want to waste your spec. So, range pair piety on. You took damage, you brew up. Make sure you sip your Sandfew now. Sandfew now. Sandfew now. Blocks out the poison. Wherever you were during Sot Zarpus P2. Sot Zarpus is where you are during P2. It'll also be where you go for yellows. If crabs spawn, you're going to separate from Verzik. Hit them with your Sang when they turn blue. They will always be green, then blue. Bam Jam, brew up. Combo it if you can. Move and brew. Move and brew.
Bernie, I think you were southwest, so we can just switch.
If someone is in
I
your
meant like
spot,
just switch spots. That's
you
fine.
just ask them to kindly fuck off. One Sun, brew up. Move and brew. Move and brew. There's cover.
Sorry if that messed you up.
Just move and brew, Bernie. You'll be alright. Your tiles will be these 4. Just try to use them in order. Whether you go clockwise, counterclockwise. Make sure you brew up. Don't be swinging below 85 HP. Brew up, Bernie. Brew up. Get those brews in. Once you've brewed up to above 85, then start restoring. Now some super combat. Get back to 118 stats. Swing hard. A little bit of a bounce fest here. We'll make
But I
it.
cannot find my rhythm today.
Mage per on. Stop swinging. Brew up to above 85 if you're below 85. Cabbages hurt like the Dickens in hard mode. If your Divine's about to run out, you might need to repot it. Do a little 118 check. A Fam Jam 118, fantastic. Maybe your Divine just ran out. Once it's probably like, fuck man, I was 118. X1, X2 looking good. Everyone's 118. We're swinging hard. If you ever do get bounced post reds, you can hover your prayer book and react if she throws a cabbage. It'll block a lot of damage in hard mode. You can also do that in normal mode.
I didn't know that. Damn.
Awesome. Clean taking carries P3. Yeah, cabbage is calculated on impact, so you can react to it. After 4 attacks, we'll put the Sang on and we'll wait for crabs to spawn. We'll play it safe. Staying on, staying on, staying on. Hit them when they turn blue. Clear them out.
Okay, it just switched.
4. Yep, it'll switch on specials. 3, 4. Under attack. Spit. 2, 3, 4 under. 5 attack. Sit close to webs. 2, 3, 4 under. 5 attack. 2, 3, 4 under. 5 attack. It's gonna be pulling Berserk sometimes when I do that. If you're in the backline, skip. Zip your stam. Bam Jam, Super Combat. If you don't have Divines, make sure that you're using Preserve. Wherever your purples are, I wasn't keeping track. Spit 2 under attack. Spit 2 under attack. Fantastic. Remember, wherever your yellows will lure your tornado far away, make sure your yellow's the last second. You'll have a yellow aura around your character. Your yellows are wherever you were during P2. Little 3-tick action there. Get your claw specs off. Claw specs off. I see someone 100 spec. Not today. Super combat. Claw spec. Your prayer's correct. Keep swinging. The ball's on you. You gotta pass it to a teammate. Three. Under attack. 2. Under attack. Spit. 2. Under attack. You want to learn how to pog like that? Exclamation mark learn pog in the chat. Spit. 2. Under attack. Little reaction there. Custom pathing. Are we alright? Some crabs are there. Make it to webs. Make it to webs.
Fuck.
You don't make it, it's fine. Brew up on the outside. Sip resource. Sip super combat. Sip stam. You got this one, son. Hang in there with me.
I'm trying. Is there a brew on the ground? There is. Okay.
Right under Berserk. Mage pray.
Keep swinging. Keep swinging. The ball's on you and you're low on supplies. Just take it to the grave. I got the north. I got the southeast. You get the northwest. I got the southeast. You get the northwest. One, two, three. 1, 2,
Oh, nice.
3, 4, 5, 6. Under attack right into the pog tank. Spit 2 under attack. Remember, if the ball's on you, you'll have to pass it, or you could take it to the grave, whatever you think. Try to sync up with me here. It's on you. If you want to pass it and live, you gotta pass it to me. I'm not coming to you.
I was trying. I was trying to get to you. I
Spit
kept clicking the
2
boss.
under attack. Spit 2 under attack. We'll keep swinging. Crab's coming soon. Spit 2 under attack. Alright. Kind of messy pop there at
Thank
the
you
end.
for carry.
Hey, we make it!
That was a clean
Oh,
bomb
wow.
tank.
Holy, 25:39. We just missed time. If we didn't have the, if we made everyone
Oh.
through Nilos there, I think we would, we probably would have made time. It's close though. We barely had that pillar fall at the end. Just got to keep the activity high at Nilos. Pre-angling for it helps a lot, but we got to be venging. We got to be pumping out damage the whole time. That's our biggest time loss. Oh, greatly appreciate you guys taking the time to teach me this. Oh, go for it, man. And believe me, reps help. We line up for these. We celebrate first KCs, by the way, here. So let's line up outside. Don't worry about scuffs and mistakes. Mistakes are supposed to happen when you're learning content. And here we're very welcoming to people who are learners. We want people to succeed. We want people to learn it. And we'll have time for you to ask questions here. If you have any questions, we'll line up. Bernie in the middle, man. You are the star of the show today. Getting your first hard mode top KC. Smile for the camera. I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of your favorite emote. I've been really enjoying the twerk emote, so I'm going to be whipping out the twerk. Let's go ahead and get that going. Okay. Look at the squad here. Hard mode top completers. GZ at Bernie. First HMT KC. Do you have any
Thank you,
questions
man.
about the
Big
raid, man?
grats.
Any questions about the raid?
I think I just need more practice in normal mode and just sending more attempts here occasionally. My I don't know if you know Investor, but he's the one who forced me to come here
Is
tonight.
it
And
RE Investor? I feel like I
yes,
recognize the name.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, he was
We
the
took
dude
him a
that
couple of times. He's a good
yeah, he
time.
was like get your ass in there and do some
I
attempts. And I was like, all
gotta
right,
pop
man,
out and
I'll
help a
try.
friend for a bit. I
No
will
worries, Fenman. Thanks for pulling
mod
up.
up again later. Thank
And
you.
yeah,
Thanks for the raid, that guy.
really hard mode top isn't uh the biggest difficulty with hard mode top is really just remembering all the things you're supposed to do and anticipating them, right? If you're
Yeah,
let me go take a picture of the board by the way. 1 KC, 2 KC, 12 KC, 13 KC. I always post these in the Discord too, so you can look back and search your own mentions your Discord name or something, and you can see who you went with this day. But how can you move camera game links? That would be detached camera. What a goat! Obese Leopard, thanks for hanging out on this stream. How are you doing, man? Um, I think Bernie is a goat. He's a completer. He does not panic at the thought of joining a hard mode top raid at 0 KC. He goes for it. Proud of that man. And any questions about the raid or like any of the mechanics for it? Maybe something that didn't feel explained well and it just kind of like flew by. Always happy to take
uh,
a second and help catch people up.
no, I wanted to apologize for starting Nilo's early. That was my bad. Because I was range roll and I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I started.
Normally, yes. And if you do that in your own raids, it's probably fine for the most part, actually. The reason I don't start is I just make sure everyone knows where they're going and people are kind of like aligned on like what they're supposed to be doing in that room because I always want to make sure I'm explaining very briefly the key differences for rooms. So like
Yeah, yeah,
before we enter Maiden, like I give a proper explanation of what people need to do at Maiden, and that I used to kind of do it as I went into the room, like maybe 1,000 KC ago I've done a lot of regular top and hard momentum rates. I used to explain it kind of as I was getting people geared up and running in, and I found that taking the time to like properly explain things before we go in makes a big difference of people's like success rate. Like taking that
yeah.
few seconds to like make sure people are comfortable, it makes a big difference. Ari Investor 46 says Jeezy Bernie in the chat. Let's go. So you'll notice like before rooms, if there's anything really important that I gotta call out, I'll try to take time to do it. Nilos is one
Yeah.
of those things because it really does help to make sure people aren't like mailing on the same side or make sure my major that's joining me in a 5-man, for instance, is understanding the way that I plan on playing the Nihilate room, which is like me taking every pre-fire, which is not normal. Typically, people have West Mage, East Mage, and they alternate pre-fires on certain Nihilos and whatnot. But the way that I've got it set up is slightly different, so I just make sure people are on the same page. The range roll isn't too affected. Um, the thing that I probably would attempt to say there, when we're starting, if I didn't get a chance to say it, is you'll be ranging the entire time. You'll throw chins instead of participating in the first demi boss at the outside of the room, west, east, south. Those 3 pairs that come on wave 10. You want to chuck chins then, and we'll all focus demi while you do that. Then
10-4. Okay.
and then the second demi is just Scythe Chelly. The third demi is ignored. And I just kind of make up for it. I'll just try to do the callouts in the room. But as you can see in like 5-man scale for hard mode top, those pillars are kind of hard to keep alive if people aren't like rock
Yeah,
solid at their Nilos.
yeah.
So like even if
It got crazy, man. Honestly, I mean, I've seen Nilos get crazy, but not like that. And I was
it
just whoa.
it's
So
it's a challenging thing, especially if you're going with like the proficiency of the raid is very mixed, right? So like I'm
yeah,
not going
yeah.
with like a second person who knows their Nilos like very well with me. I'm basically going with 4 people who have no idea how experienced they are at Nilos. So my plan is to try and make everyone kind of reach the bar for passing the room, and if I can find things to help them with as we go, then I'll do it. But organizing people is like the biggest step to succeeding at Nilos for that. So that's kind of why I shoot for it.
No,
All the other rooms,
you're insane,
most of the
man.
mechanics you just call out as we go. Like they're pretty chill. But yeah, no
Yeah.
worries, man. If your instinct was to start now is because of your range roll, that's a good instinct, and I don't want to stop you. So
No, no. I'll keep sending attempts. I do feel like I need to focus more on the pillars up top and start
yeah,
sending more
good
of them.
fundamentals carry well into hard mode top.
Yeah,
If you're never getting bounced P2 in regular top, then it's gonna help you in hard mode because all hard mode is normal mode plus a little more precision with your movement when you're stepping away, right? Or like
yeah,
understanding your tanking quality during P3, knowing exactly how you're moving it. If you tank very cleanly during that section of the raid, right, there's no melees and the boss isn't moving ever, then nobody ever gets hit by their NATO to do like a weird drag, or nobody ever gets surprise melee comboed out. Those kinds of little things, the polish on those things, are what really makes it easy to consistently clear hard mode Tob. And uh,
Okay.
you don't need to be perfect to clear hard mode Tob, but um, you definitely notice the reward from being really fundamentally solid in those areas. So if you feel like practicing more regs is the move, and you have a feel for how difficult hard mode top is now, and you think a couple
Yeah.
regs
Yeah.
is up your alley, that's fine. And there's no harm in feeling that way. It's a responsible thing to do if you feel that way. So
Well, that's what I was telling Investor. I said, I don't know if I'm ready for this, man, because like this, after watching one of your streams, I, uh, I don't know. I guess I just took it head on. But I greatly appreciate you guys taking me and taking the time to teach me and whatnot. So,
yeah, for sure, man. Happy to. Um, any other questions about the raid? We're gonna wrap up for YouTube.
no, I'm good. Thank you. Again, you guys have a wonderful night, and I
Have
hope
a good one.
you guys get some stuff. So, thank you.
Thank you. You have a good night too.
Good stuff.
Peace.
All right, let's do a quick recap for mistakes for this raid, and then we'll kind of wrap up for YouTube here. So for this raid, Maiden was mostly pretty clean. Couple people got hit by blood. Those kind of getting hit by blood situations are really dangerous in hard mode top because it causes more tomatoes to spawn, and as you know, those tomatoes can't be cleared. Um, was it this raid that we had Forest Leak? I think maybe the first attempt we had Forest Leak. One of them we did. It was kind of monkus, and then we like reset and we cleared it. I think it was like a 3 minute main or something. And we
We
thought,
did
let's
have
give it
some
another
this
try.
time too.
This time too, yeah, it happens. Just do your best to not be scything when you're going for your freezes there, so that you're able to freeze right away. If you're bowing from max range and or your teammates aren't all on the same tick and they're disorganized because LFR is LFR, people make mistakes, people aren't tick perfect. If you bin a few ticks on a north freeze roll where you have to be tick perfect in order to catch everything, that's better than leaking the crabs. So that's a good habit to build. And then as you go with more experienced teams, you'll get a feel for like, oh, is this going to be a 12-second proc, a 15-second proc, an 18-second proc? And you kind of communicate with your teams. People will be running plugins that make it easy to tell when Maiden's health threshold's been breached and whatnot. It'll make life a little more consistent for the freeze rolls. But if you burn a few ticks to make sure you're on time to freeze, that's acceptable in LFR. For bloat, he turns more often, just trying to get caught off guard by it. We had a few people get handed. That happens sometimes. For Nilos, knowing your waves, your pre-fires is important for consistently clearing the room. Make sure you're using your Venge off cooldown whenever it gets popped, venging your teammates without losing ticks on attacking things. That's going to make the room a lot easier to clear because those Venges do take out aggro Nilos very consistently. And the less things that are hitting us, the better the room goes. The Nilo boss, we didn't get a good flavor for this raid because it was just two of us. So the learner was basically AFK, swinging hard. Don't be greedy with your supplies. It's the only takeaway I'll really provide for that. I was not a great example of it. I was one tick flicking at the really end there to try and conserve my supplies. But if you're not in a place where you feel comfortable one tick flicking while doing all your gear switches and doing all of that, then just simply drink the dose. Because a death does take away a full restore and an extra point. So that's the way I like to think about it. You don't want to be in that position where you're screwed on supplies because you try to be greedy for one dose of restore. For Soda Seg actually went pretty okay, I think. I think maybe the biggest issue was Nilo's. The Zarpus went fine. Don't think there's much about Zarpus to really recall being weird. And then for Versic P1, P1 went smooth. Great stuff, P1. P2, for the most part, not too many people were getting bounced. A couple of times we had bounces. The biggest thing to watch out for Versic is really when those crabs spawn during P2, it's okay if you tone down your aggression on the boss a little bit. If you're not using an advanced method for popping them, you're going to be stepping away and shooting the sting at them when they turn blue. Um, and then once all the coast is clear, all the crabs are gone, then you can get back on boss. I'm pretty sure it was this P2. We had someone fighting the boss as the crab was being popped near the boss, and they got absolutely smoked. Just make sure you're playing carefully while the crabs are out. Those crabs are very lethal in 5-man hard mode top. They do a lot of damage if you're standing next to them when they explode. For for P3, clean tanking is what carries P3. That's the biggest thing. Again, following those mechanics for crabs is important. We need to be making sure we make webs in hard mode top. If you have to do whatever you have to do to make that second set of webs, even if you get by your tornado, it's better than missing webs. Is there Boak methods for hard mode top? Yes, Fustercluck. There are Boak methods. Um, for hard mode top that involves a red X if you're using North Boak, or you could do DD DD Duck Tank, which is kind of hilarious in my opinion. And you just assume everyone is the tank, which is my favorite thing to do. It's slightly worse, but it's easier in my opinion. Um, for what do we say? For P3, the yellow situation. Just remember those yellows are 3 ticks apart. This tree was a good example of solving yellows 3 ticks apart with spacing when you have a tornado that's close to you. So I would recommend watching that back if you're curious about that particular, dealing with that particular mechanic. Um, and then we showcase a decent amount of POC tanking this raid as well. A lot
I
of
actually had a question about that.
yeah, go for it.
In your video, you've got Adam Webb's north variation and non-north variation too, but you're on the north side for both of them. So when do you step to the corner and when do you take two steps
So
in?
north versus non-north refers to when the tornadoes spawn. So if it's a north spawn tornado, meaning you swing the scythe on the north as the last swing of webs, and that swing causes the tornadoes to spawn, then you're going to be doing a 6-tick scythe there. Essentially, you'll step under when you would normally swing your scythe and swing your scythe 1 tick late, because that's the tick that she's scanning to attack with. If you're
Okay,
if it's non-north or a non-north variation, and I provide variations because sometimes people will have a swift blade, or sometimes people won't have spec, so I showcase different ways to do it. Sometimes the health of Verzik will be low enough to where it justifies not using a 4-tick fill, and you'll do a delay step variation. But all of those things, those variations are dependent on whether the proc is from your north last final web swing, or if it's from something earlier than that. So if you were swinging on webs and then we swing on the south of Verzik while we've looped around once and we swing on the south and that spawns the tornadoes, then it would not be the north proc variation. It would be a non-north proc because it was anywhere but north that spawned the tornadoes.
got it.
Um,
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was a little confused about that.
Yeah, it's not a proper guide. It's just like a little reference for pog tanking. So that's kind of why I feel like I should make a proper guide for it at some point and just like thoroughly walk through like here's how it works and everything. But that's basically like someone who's like trying to figure out what's the timing for this, and they have the metronome on and everything. You can kind of see it a
Gotcha.
little more clearly. Um, yeah, that's great questions. I'm gonna wrap it up for YouTube though. I've been yapping for a while for this outro. Holy. Shout out to all you Tobbers who liked the video. I like you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. For all of you taking on the theater, good luck and good raids. We'll hope to see you around. Catch you in the next one.